Welcome into another Whoosh Wednesday, where I have yet another CBCS unboxing. It's only 3 books. I looked up the grades, but I can't remember right now, so I think we're all in for a surprise together. So, let's dive in. So as we discussed, CBCS always packages their books up really nice when they send them to you. So we've got tons of paper in here, and then we eventually get down to some nice bubble wrap with your books in them. So let's get this cut open so we can get to seeing the actual books. Alright, now that we got all of that cut open and out of the way for all the packaging, let's get to the slabs. Well, as I'm looking, there's a little bit more stuff with the books. So the first one is Beckett CBCS. We're moving fast. Our goal is to exceed customers' expectations. We're happy to say that we finished your order earlier than your selected turnaround time. We hope this makes you smile. If you aren't already, be sure to follow us on social media, yada yada. So, credit to them. They did finish my order extremely fast. I would say it was maybe 2 weeks for the turnaround time-ish. And I picked the slowest possible turnaround time. So, again, I went over it in my video where I compared CBCS and CGC. Honestly, they're both crushing it on the turnaround times now compared to where they were before. So that's amazing to get them back in 2 weeks. The other ad here appears to be Collectors Comics, collectorscomics.com. You can receive a grading discount when I use a promo code from there. But yeah, apparently it's a seller's marketplace they're advertising, so I don't know anything about it. Use it at your own risk. I'm not sure. CBCS may be somehow affiliated with it. Doesn't really tell me much on the label as far as like CBCS's relationship to them. But for real this time, let's get into the graded books. So we have, first up is Giant Size Fantastic Four number 4 and a 5.0. This came out in February of 1975. It is the first appearance and origin of Multiple Man Jamie Madrox. Super pumped about this book. I did pick this one up at Nick's Comic Strip. It was the better of the 2 copies of this book I have. I'm going to read the other one and then potentially gift that one on. I am super pumped though. I've been looking for this in a graded copy for a while, and getting it in a 5.0 makes me extremely happy, especially because this is a square bound book. I don't think we can really see it on there, but I will include some pictures of square bound books, and I can use the other one as reference too. They're really hard to get because what really ends up happening is they'll staple the inside and then they glue the cover on, so the spines are usually really hard to keep in good shape. And this one did get some knocks for the spine on it, but for the most part, really stoked. And yeah, also just realized that Chris Claremont helped write this book. And Chris Claremont, if you know, he is probably most famous for his X-Men run, which really helped revive the franchise. So cool to see him introduce a mutant like Multiple Man here, and then go on to having written the X-Men. So it's cool to see that interconnection there. And I think I mentioned this before. If you haven't, check out Peter David's X Factor run that follows the House of M storyline, where Scarlet Witch decimates the mutant population, and it's fantastic. Jamie Madrox in that entire run was really good. I got to read, I believe, the first 2 or 3 volumes on Comixology Unlimited. So if you have that membership or you have Kindle Unlimited, check to see if it crosses over into there. But definitely worth it, and really cool to have Jamie Madrox's first appearance. So next up is a book that I got graded as a birthday present for my sister. So you will probably see this video drop well after that, sometime in March, to be completely honest. But here it is. It is Lilo and Stitch number 1 in a 9.4, which was a little bit disappointing. This is the David Nakayama variant. What was a little disappointing, and again I'll include some pictures, is that I picked it up right off the shelf. First day out. She happens to love Lilo and Stitch, and I thought this would make a really cool kind of gift for her, so she could put it up on her wall somewhere and because I love comics, if I can gift somebody a comic that connects to something they love, it's my way of showing love back to them for it. So I thought this was really cool, because she'll be able to put it up, because it's a very, very fun, cool Lilo and Stitch cover that I think she'll love. So very, very excited to give that to my sister, and I think she'll be super pumped for it. I'm a little disappointed in the grade, but honestly, when you look at it, you don't see it and you can't tell. So I think it's fantastic. The last book in this run is one I believe I showed not too long ago during my shop spotlight for Nick's comic strip. I showed off a West Coast Avengers number 45. Well, here it is, back graded by CBCS. So remember, when that video dropped, I filmed that video on that Tuesday and I released it on that Friday. So within that time span, that is how long ago I bought this book for. So I couldn't have gotten it to CBCS that much quicker than I already did. And they turned it around as fast as they did. So that is a gauge for just how fast they are getting their turnaround times down. But let's look at it. It is West Coast Avengers 45 in a 5.5. I'm a little surprised. This honestly came back better than my Fantastic Four. But overall, I'm not mad. I mean, a 5.5 for a book that came out in 1989 may not be the best for a lot of people. But I will spoil something you'll see on this channel. If it's a book graded by CBCS, that's a book I graded from my personal collection for me without any work done. If it's a book graded by CGC, the chances are I gave that book to Bobby's Retro World. Give them a follow on Instagram. I share their link in my comments a lot. It'll be down there today, so make sure you pop over there and give them a follow and check them out at any con you're at. If it's a book that I'm going to submit to CGC, I'm going to have given it to Bobby's Retro World to have them clean and press it. They are hands down some of the best at doing that. They've bumped a lot of my grades before. I've seen some of the work they've done on other things, and they are fantastic when it comes to cleaning and pressing books. So give them a follow and check them out if you need to. That said, both my West Coast Avengers 45 and my Fantastic Four, Giant Size Fantastic Four number 4 did not go to them. They were bought off the shelf, and they were submitted as is, as bought, just no changes, nothing. So to get 5.5s on them, they're definitely books that look like they might have been personal reader copies. But overall, I'm honestly not mad at those grades, since they are for me. They're not to resell, they're not for anything, they're to go on my wall to match everything else. And both of these were books I've wanted to get graded to put up on my wall for a while. The prices I paid for both of them and the prices to get them graded, I could not knock the turnaround for these. So, I mean, I'm not upset at having them in a 5.5 or a 5.0 at all. I'm super, super stoked, and I'm going to put them on my wall. So, yeah, that's it for this week here on Whoosh Wednesdays. Just doing another quick CBCS unboxing. Like I said, make sure to give Bobby's Retro World a follow. Their Instagram is linked in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this content, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe on this video as well. We'll catch you here next time.